This is 3. It's a nice night tonight, and I know a lot of you are thinking, where can I go to hear a polka? Right here. Right here. All right. 3, absolutely true. I feel bad about this. I feel like I'm showing you my worst side. 3, I'm going to play to them a little bit. If I can. Oh, fuck you. How you doing?
Hey.
Maybe they're elitists. Maybe they think we don't want to hang around with them.
That's a smoking section.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. All right. Well, try not to make an ass out of yourself. All right. Oh, that's so cool. It'd be so cool if there was like somebody behind the tree going, I'm trying to quit. 3, absolutely true, drug-related incidents that happen to me. Oh, when you're young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. You should swim in every gutter, you should ravish every lover, you should torment every mother when you're young. When you are young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. You should snort into the sunrise, bleed through the whites of your eyes, you should never pause to discount when you're young. When you are old, when you are old, when you are old, 1,000 stories to be told. Ow, learning how to flop right, running every stoplight, making every cop fight when you're young. Now when I was 21, I had little time for fun. I was balancing the college and the bag. Driving home one day, I said, I'll fuck with them big time. What's this shit? Well, driving home one day, I saw along my way 2 hitchhikers I picked up in my van. Oh, it seemed so very silly. They kept on saying chili. Instead of saying cool, that was their word. Chili that, chili this, chili hit, chili miss. It seemed the oddest thing I'd ever heard. Well, out came the cannabis, and let me tell you this. They rolled a joint as big as a redwood tree. Redwood tree's a big fucking tree. A shotgun on the menu. Barely got them to their venue. Lost in the cloud of smoke that consumed me. I was so high, was chilly blind, almost lost my chilly mind. But I got them to the chilly place, they had the chilly stay. I said, thanks boys, it was chilly. You nearly chilly killed me, but I want you all to have a chilly, chilly day. When you are young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. Oh, never doubting you can find, never pause, wonder why, never thinking you will die when you're young. Now at 4 a.m. you lack that substance known as crack. You've been smoking for 3 days, you are blind. And you fall down on your knees, scan the carpet and say, please, just one more rock, I'll leave it all behind. Well, you know that it is gone, but then you stumble on a small rock. How could you have missed it? Your heart goes pitter pitter, you know it's kitty litter, but you put it in your pipe, you can't resist it. We've all done it, especially you fuckers. Now God is pressing matters, the Middle East is in tatters, storms have our cities down the drain. But you've been good all year, could he just see his way clear to turn that litter into rock cocaine? And as you bend the flame, you call the God by name, Lord God on high, have you got my back? Because in your fevered mind, he's turned water into wine, so can he just perform the miracle of the crack? When you're young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. Oh, you should dance into the dawn on the hotel lawn. All your clothes are gone when you're young. Now, I was trading toasts on the Florida coast with a friend who told me quite the tale. Although the fish weren't biting, he had an unusual sighting on a fishing trip when he set sail. See, something caught his eyes when, there on the horizon, a suspicious box floated curiously. So he glanced in each direction, and sensing no detection, he brought it home to open it and see. It was an amazing sight, all this powder just off white. He dipped a knife in, took a little snort. But much to his dismay, no reaction came his way. His cocaine was a dud, I must report. But he kept on sifting through, and when I tell you it's true, a crematorium medallion he did find. Absolutely fucking true. Absolutely. Absolutely true. I am Velcro for weird shit, people. And he let out a great cry. See, he had snorted a dead guy, and to this day a ghost is wandering through his mind. When you are young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. Oh, never doubting you can find, never pause to wonder I do a one-man show called The Terrorism of Everyday Life, which we brought to Edinburgh, Scotland for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is 3,000 acts, and they gave it away 7 awards, and I was lucky enough to be the recipient of one. And I worked I'm not blowing myself, God bless you. But anyway, so...
I have a camera.
I know, I can. YouTube. It's the only thing that'll go viral that I've ever done. So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I worked very diligently, trying to get the thing. I work every Wednesday night in New York where I live. I worked at a club trying to hone this show, and the place didn't have a dressing room. The club I worked at, I won't mention the name of the club, but the Knitting Factory. Anyway,
that's in the
so I'm upstairs in the men's room, toweling off after the show, and there was a guy. He's my buddy now, but I didn't know him at the time. But he's pissing, and he was fucking really high, And he goes, "Hey," I like that song about snorting a dead guy. And I'm like, "Thanks, man, I appreciate that." He goes, "I never snorted at a dead guy." And I'm like, "Well, you're not alone there, In many respects, that's what makes the song distinctive, He says, he goes, "I smoked a dead guy once." Oh. And you're like, you're into the fucker's story at that point,
Yeah, dude.
It's so cool, the fantasies I have about where they've been now. Anyway, so... to like out to the car. Oh, locked in a... Anyway... Together, right. So the story. So he proceeds to tell me that it was a friend of his who was gay, and he loved him, and he used to get high with him all the time, and he died of AIDS, and they had him cremated. So they took a little bit of the ashes, and they put it in a joint, he did, and so at a tribute and honor, he smoked them, But he proceeds to tell me that he smoked some with this homophobic guy that was giving him shit. Didn't know, and the homophobic guy didn't know he was smoking them, And they were getting high together, and the homophobic guy was giving him shit about touching the asses. I can't believe you touched the asses. The guy died of AIDS, And finally, out of frustration, the guy said, "Fuck you, you're smoking them." This is true. This is all true. And I said to him, I go, "Did he put down the joint?" And he goes, "No, he didn't." And I admired the fact he was willing to overlook his homophobia and to get high,